Hey guys, so the other day on TikTok, I saw a video talking about this bride who had her makeup professionally done for her wedding, and then like 20 minutes before her wedding, she just like started taking all of it off. And honestly, like I thought that was pretty understandable, but then I went to the comments and everyone was like freaking out and everyone was mad at her. So I just wanted to get to the bottom of what was going on. So since this has gone viral, the bride has taken down her original TikTok and I thought I'd saved it, but unfortunately I did not. So this is just kind of like a re-upload that we have here, but let's just get into it.
Washing off my bridal makeup.
So just looking at her makeup, it definitely isn't bad. It's not giving like bridal or anything, but it's definitely not the worst makeup I've ever seen. The only things I can tell that's wrong with it is like the eyebrows haven't really been like messed with at all, which I mean, I don't really do my eyebrows either, so and then like it kind of looks like just like a base, like how you look before you put on like your bronzer or your blush or anything. It looks like she just has foundation on right now. So that I mean it looks good otherwise. I just think she could add like some more bronzer, maybe some more blush. But yeah, she looks super gorgeous. Also the color doesn't really match. I just realized like down on her like chest, like it's much darker than on her face and her neck. So maybe like a darker, slightly shade of foundation, but like overall, she looks beautiful. Okay, now back to the video.
Am I doing? I feel like you're gonna vomit. Committed now. Oh my gosh, what did I do? No, it's okay.
Which side
It's okay.
note, the bridesmaid in this is literally the most supportive ever in this entire video. She's the best, and honestly, that's the kind of bridesmaid I want at my wedding. But like, just like props to the bridesmaid real quick because she's doing the best.
I'm shaking. No, it's okay. It's okay. You can redo it. Okay. It'll be perfect. It always is perfect when you do it. You always look so pretty. Thank you. It's shaking. It's okay. I think it's just like anxiety.
And everyone is calling her like a mean girl for deciding to like take off her makeup, but I don't get like mean girl vibes. Like she just said it's anxiety. She seems like very very anxious, and that's the kind of vibe I get from her, not like mean girl.
I want to do this. But it's fine. Like, we have so much time. The wedding's not even until 4. It's fine. I'm scared that she's gonna want to do like touch ups on me like right before. Can we ask her still? Is that rude? Like, you know, we're gonna see her. I don't want to see her. I feel bad, but I don't want.
And like that part right there kind of makes me a little suspicious because the only time I've literally like never wanted to see somebody again is when they've made me like extremely extremely angry, and like I've been in like situations where someone's done something to me and I literally cannot see them again because of how mad they made me or like how upset they made me, and that's what seems to be happening in this video. And honestly, like don't think that that's rude. Like you're preventing yourself from like I don't know, just it just seems like maybe the makeup artist did something to upset her or make her mad other than like just makeup is like the vibe I'm getting.
I don't like it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this. It's fine. I can't believe I'm doing this. I think I'm like a weird stupid. You like look better even without the makeup at
And
all.
obviously to be taking off your makeup 20 minutes before your wedding and like risking having no makeup on your wedding day, which isn't like the worst thing ever, but no, like a lot of brides want to have makeup on their wedding day. To risk just like going out there with like no makeup on, obviously there was like a problem with the makeup, at least to her.
Right? I'm like, I already feel like way more like myself. Like, I was watching her paint your lips and I was like, oh, that is pink. I was trying so hard to like it. She also like didn't blend in my neck at all. Like, no, she didn't. There's no makeup on my neck. I'd rather walk down the aisle like this. The mask.
And it looks to me like she was just really, really uncomfortable with the makeup, which could just be a problem with people not being used to like having their makeup done by another person. Like me, I do my makeup myself all the time, and I've never liked it when another person puts makeup on me because I know what I like. I would just not be comfortable having another person do my makeup, and I feel like maybe she wasn't comfortable having another person do her makeup.
Match your face. Yeah, skin tone already matches your neck way better. She sucks.
I accidentally liked it again. Oops. I'm always doing that. Even just in this little clip, I don't know what happened because like I've had my makeup done by like a makeup artist at a wedding before, and in my experience, they asked me to bring my foundation shade so they didn't have to like color match me or anything. But it looks like she had her foundation with her, and this one looks like it matches her skin a lot better. So I don't know what happened there.
And in pictures, it's gonna look so much better too. That would be the bad part. Mm-hmm. Is that in the pictures, if you're like cakey or something. Oh, I can't wait to make a TikTok about Flashback this. Mary.
That is what everyone is like complaining about so much, is that she says she can't wait to make a TikTok about this. And everyone thinks that she's like trying to call out this makeup artist or like, make this makeup artist look bad or whatever. But I mean, in the original video, when I did see it, I don't think she like tagged the makeup artist or anything. Actually, matter of fact, I know she didn't tag the makeup artist because the makeup artist didn't even have a TikTok at this time, but we'll get into that later. But like, that doesn't seem like a mean girl thing to say to me. It seems more just like this crazy thing just happened to me and I want to like go share that with the internet because it's literally crazy. How did this happen to me? It's kind of just like, if it was me, guys, and I took my makeup off like 20 minutes before my wedding and I redid it myself, I'd want to document that because I'd be like, oh my gosh, guys, why did I do this? Just to be like a little silly.
I would say flashback Mary. It's okay if this is the worst thing that
Now let's go and look at the after picture. So a lot of people were also getting really mad and saying that the makeup literally looks the same as like before she wiped it off and redid it. And that's just like blatantly not true because looking at it right now, you can see like her lips are a darker shade because like the bridesmaid was saying like how the lips were too light. Um the foundation, oh, the foundation definitely looks to be like a shade or two darker and it matches her a whole lot better. She also has like some more like bronzer. I can see like some actual blush on her cheeks. And she just looks more like alive and like happy. You can see like the first picture looks kind of like dull, and this one looks like she's at least much happier. So it could just be like the emotions, but this one looks like she's literally glowing, and that one looks like really dull. So it's just like blatantly obvious that the makeup does not look the same as before. And while the bride did have her TikTok up, I did manage to take some screenshots of the comments and stuff. And I don't know why I didn't save the video, but let's just read some of the comments together now. This one actually really made me mad. It says, if the makeup artist is watching, it's not your fault she didn't communicate like an adult to you. And don't feel bad, you did great. And then the second one says, and I don't want to see her, like, ma'am, you're about to get married, grow up and say something. So for the first one, like, it makes me angry that they're just assuming that she didn't communicate and this is all her fault. There's a good possibility that she like tried to like gently say something because like she seemed like she had anxiety in that video. And as someone with anxiety, I know like sometimes you'll try and like gently communicate and do it in a way that you don't think is going to cause a conflict. And maybe like the makeup artist didn't listen to her. Like you just don't know based on this video what was happening. And also the girl saying that she needs to like grow up. I mean, the not wanting to see her after she just like redid her makeup is totally reasonable. To me, that seems like she didn't want to go and like hurt the artist's feelings. That would very clearly cause a conflict. I don't think she wants to deal with that on her wedding day. Because, I mean, I for sure wouldn't want to deal with that on my wedding day. But let's look at another one. In this comment, I'm not really going to be talking about the first two, but also read them out to you. I can't wait to make a TikTok about this with in the quotations. Ugh, my MUA heart feels for that MUA. The next comment says, same as a bridal makeup artist. This breaks my heart. I would do anything to make my brides happy. Just communicate, which, like, obviously there was some sort of disconnect there, but you don't really know what happened. And blaming it on the bride just seems, I don't know, it just seems mean, honestly. And then the third one, it says, it doesn't matter. You're getting paid still. And, most brides are bitches. It's their day, not yours, which, first of all, a lot of brides are really mean because it's so stressful. Just like in general, weddings are meant to be like the best day of your life or whatever. So there's like a lot of stress put on the bride to make everything perfect and to have like the perfect day because it's supposed to be like her day. So yeah, I would understand being a little bit mean and like being a little bit bossy. But then saying you're still getting paid because, yeah, even if the bride didn't like her makeup artist, if she's still paying you, then like, what is the problem? I'm not even at the craziest part of the situation. the makeup artist, which the bride didn't tag a TikTok account because there was no TikTok account. The bride didn't like do anything to like say who this person was. And this, like, the makeup artist came on, made a TikTok, and then her first video was of this. And just from like a business standpoint, if someone was sitting over here saying like, "Oh my gosh, this is the worst makeup I've ever had in my entire life. This like ruined my wedding day." She didn't say all that. But like, imagine someone saying that and I come over here and I'm like, "Yeah, I did that makeup. I did that makeup." Why would you do that? Why would you claim that, especially since the bride said nothing to indicate it was you? So this first video is going to be her response to the bride's like actual video.
Off my bridal makeup. Okay, wait, close this. Hi there. So 21 million of you have seen that viral video of the bride.
So let's just start this off with the bride. You could very tell she was like anxious. She wasn't happy at all. And like she was obviously like very upset in her video. And then to come on here and be like, "Hey guys," like you're very obviously like happy when you're making this video. And like, I don't know, that just rubs me the wrong way. But let's continue.
Washing off her makeup 20 minutes before her first look on her wedding day. Well, it's me, artist. I honestly was shocked to see this. There were no indicators that she was unhappy. Honestly, I've been doing this over 20 years, and I've learned to communicate very well with my brides, and I've also learned to read body language. So even if a bride says she loves it, often I can tell if she doesn't just by the way her body is sitting, or just different tells that we have as women when.
And I think that that's like a really good skill to have too. It is like um being able to tell that even if someone's like, "Yeah, this is great," like they don't like it, and being able to like be like, "I can tell you don't like it. Let's change it." So if that's something she did, then like applause to her. She did like the right thing.
We're trying to, you know, say we like something and we don't. Um, I was looking back at my with this bride just to see like what our interaction was like. She did have a preview with me, and she was happy. There were a few things she wanted to change. Her eyeshadow color she wanted to change. She wanted to add
Okay, I couldn't even tell she was wearing eyeshadow in the first thing. I might just go back and look at it, but like I could not tell she was wearing eyeshadow. Like this is news to me, guys.
a little more bronzer. She
If in the trial she was saying she wanted more bronzer, and I literally just saw her makeup and said she needed more bronzer because she had like none on, how little bronzer did she put on in this trial? Because if that was more bronzer, what?
she did mention in her message that she loved her lip and cheek color. So I kept that the same. On the wedding day, I made the changes that she asked for, and
I really wish she would like show screenshots or something of like this conversation between them, because normally when you make a response video, that's what you do. But like everything is kind of like he said, she said right now because she could totally be lying. The bride could have been like, "I literally hate this. I want you to do something completely different." And she could just totally be lying about that. So I wish there was a little more proof. And also, just saying she fixed on her wedding when I literally just saw the bronzerless makeup she did.
it seemed to me that she was happy. She gave me the biggest smile I've ever seen of a bride. Um, and yeah, I had no idea. Also, her wedding was in August. So, I mean, it's
And honestly, if the makeup artist did everything right and, definitely like if the bride did not communicate at all, then not the makeup artist's fault. I don't know. I don't really think that there's a blame to place here. It's just kind of a series of unfortunate events.
been several months now. I had no idea she was unhappy. Um,
And that just shows that like, there wasn't like a review that the bride left on her account or whatever to say like this is the worst makeup. So she literally did nothing to indicate that the makeup that was done on her was this artist. So I don't understand why she would do this other than for the clout she obviously got because this has 7 million likes and she has like over like I think 200,000 followers from like this one video.
And her washing off her makeup doesn't really bother me. I mean, it's her money down the drain. The
And like, ugh, that like little phrase definitely like confirms what I said before about like maybe the bride was trying to communicate and, you know, she wasn't responsive to that at all.
that hurts is who the bride was. Um, I'm not even on TikTok, so I had no idea this was happening. One of my artists saw this and saw that it was going viral and reached out to me. And when she told me what was going on, I was trying to think of which bride it could
I
possibly.
really want to know how like one of her artists or whatever was able to know it was her. I mean, unless like she had like the other artist had like met the bride or whatever, but didn't even like allude to this being her. That's why I feel like maybe she's not being 100% truthful because there's no indicator that she made that video about her. I just really want to know how this other artist found out that it was her client. But let's continue.
Be. And when I saw that it was this specific bride, that's what hurt. Because this bride, she was so sweet. She was so easy to work with, so kind. She's a fellow Jesus lover like me. So I felt like we had that in common, which was cool. Um, so that's what hurts is that the character of the bride that I thought
I don't really like that. So, like, the bride was obviously having like a lot of anxiety. So maybe she wasn't like, as sweet as she was in like the consultation or like while she was doing her makeup, but that's because she was having so much anxiety. And like that doesn't mean she's not like a sweet person anymore. Like deep down she's evil. Like that's what a lot of people think and a lot of people have been calling her a mean girl. And I just that's like that's just a weird assumption to make on their part.
is not what was there. And that's just what hurt the most. But
I feel like this is just like an attack at her character to make her seem worse, but she's literally been like bullied into privating her account. So
it is what it is. Can't change it now. All we can do is move forward and learn from this. So, brides, if you're getting married,
mm, I don't like that either. That she says all we can do is move forward and learn from this, and instead of talking about herself, like maybe she can learn to help the brides communicate better, maybe make an environment that is more easy for them to communicate in, because I feel like their two personality types were very different, and like like just in general like their personality types like butted heads almost. But instead of being like this is a learning moment for me, she's like, brides, this is a learning moment for you. And that just shows that she like doesn't take accountability. So
you don't have to hire a makeup artist. There's nowhere that says that you do. If you love the way that you do your own makeup, then do it on your wedding day.
and
All
also just insinuating that like if you don't want a makeup artist, don't get it. Maybe she did want a makeup artist and you just didn't do the best job at that. Which I mean I did say um before this that she could have like done it herself. She felt more comfortable that way, but like still just it's not definitive. I don't know that for a fact. She doesn't know that for a fact. Maybe this bride was overjoyed to have like a makeup artist and it was like really sad that the makeup didn't go as planned and like, just I'm not getting the best vibes from this person just in general.
also, if you do hire us makeup artists, you are not going to offend us. You're paying for our service, and it's our job to make sure you're comfortable. And so just communicate. Let us know what's going on. I'm also just glad that this happened to me and not any of the stylists or artists on my team
I don't
because
like that either. The way she's like, I'm just so strong, guys. I'm glad this happened to me because I'm just so strong. And like, maybe that's true. Like, I'm glad she didn't get her feelings hurt, but like, I don't know, trying to act like she's being the bigger person in all of this whenever she was not mentioned at all and decided to make a entire response video. That doesn't seem like being the bigger person to me.
it has been very challenging to navigate and talk about taking a deep dive into TikTok. Not starting shallow, just jumping in the deep end. Um, I appreciate all the support from the makeup artists. The makeup artist community has overwhelmingly reached out in support. I've received hundreds of messages in the last couple days just showing love and support, and that means the world to me. So, thank you for that.
So that's her first ever video, and just I didn't get good vibes from her just in general. She seemed like a little snarky with like her little comments, and maybe it's because she was angry, which honestly, I could understand if she was angry, so she decided to make like an angry response video. Just like from that video, I didn't get the vibe that she was a very pleasant person to be around. Like the attitude she used, and then, saying it was a learning experience for like the brides or whatever. And then, just why would you post that when you want more people to book with you? Because if I knew I was going to book with someone like that, I would immediately cancel it. Like if I look at your TikTok and all it is like, you having like an attitude and blaming other people for, you know, not that the makeup was awful by any means, but blaming the bride for her not liking the makeup. I just I wouldn't I wouldn't want to book with that. So, in my opinion, what I think happened was that she probably came across that video on her For You page and looked in the comments and saw that everyone was like on her side and was really mad at the bride. So she was like, oh, I can capitalize off of this. I can like make more business. I can, get a following, which she definitely did. I'm looking at her account right now. She has 357.6 thousand followers just from like that one video, and she's posted like three after, but like her most viewed is 73.4 million on that first video. Okay, so final thoughts on this like entire situation. I just don't think that it needed to be blown out of proportion like it was. It was made like this huge deal when it didn't need to be. And honestly, I don't know how it got made into this huge deal because the first time I saw that video, I scrolled past, and then it wasn't until I saw someone else talking about it and be like, "Oh my God, this bride is so mean and so rude," that I went back to that video. Like my first thoughts when I saw that video was like, "Whoa, that's crazy," and I scrolled. So I don't know how people were so mad about it. Um, a lot of people were calling her a mean girl. I didn't get that vibe from her. Just I feel like definitely sort of like a personality clash. And I may be taking the bride's side too much on this because I've definitely had like anxiety before where like specifically I got my hair cut one time and it was literally like, oh my gosh, it was horrible. I'm thinking about it now and I'm like so happy that I found someone else to do my hair. But like the entire time I was sitting in the hairstylist chair, I was like, yeah, this is great. And even like sometimes I was like, um, I think that color is a bit too dark. And she was like, no, it's okay. I left out of there with like black hair, which, guys, I like to have my hair like dark brown, but I left out of there with black hair. It was the worst. And like, I tried to communicate with her. I just like tried to say that that was too dark. And yeah, maybe I'm siding with the bride a little bit too much because of that, but I just don't think this is the problem that everyone is making it out to be. I don't think that either side of this should be demonized or like held on a pedestal or anything. Like, I think it was just, like I said, like a series of unfortunate events. That's all. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you think that I'm completely wrong about this whole thing and that, the bride was the worst person in the world or like the makeup artist is the worst person in the world, feel free to tell me in the comments. I would love to know what you all think, and I would love to know why this was blown so out of proportion if you all know. Um, but yeah, I really hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you're having a super, super good day. And go watch another one of my videos because I'm super cool.